Okay, hi you guys. I am with my best friend Becca right now, and she is redoing her mom's kitchen, and she is going to be using the P-Touch Brother Cube Plus labeler. That's one of my favorite label makers that we use, and I've been getting a lot of requests lately to know how we use it and what labeler we use, so I just thought this was a great opportunity, since she wanted a video anyway, to show you how it works. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. If you've used this labeler, you already know, but I might have some tips and tricks that will help you. I will get into the logistics of what label tape we use and when, and how we determine lengths another time, but this is just like basic instruction on how to use your cube, your P-Touch Cube Plus if you just got it. So what you first need to do is download the app. I'm using Becca's phone. So it's the PT Design and Print app that looks like this. Once you download it and accept all the things, make sure that your P-Touch is turned on. When it's on, this green light will be lit, and you connect it through Bluetooth. Once that's connected, you go into your app. Oh, look, it's still, sometimes even though it's connected to Bluetooth, you have to search for your P-Touch, and then connection will be established again. And then this is the first time we're using this app on Becca's phone, so we're going kind of through the preliminary things that you have to swipe through. And then you'll get to this page and you hit create your own label. So, and still, again, there are little tutorials. Okay, so then you will come to this page. The first thing I'm gonna do is select my text. I always like my labels in caps. That's just a preference that I have and that I've learned since starting Reset Your Nest. So I like my labels in all caps. Today we're gonna put labels on hand soap, and if you were watching my reels earlier today, the toothpaste pump. We'll talk more about this later because I know people are wanting feedback on how it's working for my family, but I want to label it because my husband did not even know this was toothpaste. So we're gonna let everyone know it's toothpaste. And then I've been putting some items in these little glass jars for my car organization hacks that I shared yesterday. One is gonna have just water in it, another one, my thieves cleaner, and then another one, a homemade mosquito repellent that I like to use. And so I've had these on hand, but I need to add labels to them. So that's what we're making today. And for all of these, I really like to use white on clear tape. So I'll share links to my favorite label tape. The label tape that I like, and the reason why I like the Brother P-Touch, is because you can buy 24 millimeter tape. I hope that's not backwards for you, but 24 millimeter tape roughly equates to like an inch. So it's a much thicker tape than you get from your typical hand labeler, for those who have like a little labeler like this, which just prints like the skinny tape. So this is 24 millimeter tape. You can find this at Amazon. I don't buy it from Brother because it's way more expensive if you buy it through Brother. So if you just search 24 millimeter tape on Amazon, and then you can type in clear on white or black on clear, or no, white on clear, black on white, white on black. We have kids coming in. And you can find the label tape. I'll do all the swipe up links for the label tape later, but that's how you can find the best deal. So once you have your label tape selected, we're doing white on clear because I'm doing it on glass containers. I want it to look like it's just writing. It almost looks like vinyl. You take your label maker, you pop it open. There's no like special button. You make sure that this writing is facing out. You pop it in so that the label tape is gonna feed right out through the opening, and you'll just kind of wiggle it until you hear that click. Close it. It's still turned on. We're still connected. I'm still in all caps, and I am just going to type hand soap. I'm gonna select my font. One of my favorite fonts to use is, to get like a modern look, I use Avenir Next. And then something that I do to kind of add a little interest, I know some of you have asked me what my fonts are, and this is my secret. I add spaces in between each letter. So I'm gonna do that right now. N, D, when you're adding spaces between each letter, that means that you need to do like 3 spaces in between each word so that it still looks like it's 2 words. So hand soap. Lots of times once it prints out, it will tell you how long your label's gonna be. This one's gonna be 4.2 inches. And hi you guys, glad you're here. 4.2 inches, which is kind of long for how tall this is. So I'm gonna shrink it down. I'm gonna make sure that it's only 3 inches. So if you ever want to adjust the width, you go into this length right here and you can set the tape length in inches. So you select that button and then it gives you these numbers so you can select it. So I only want it to be 3 inches so that it doesn't take up the entire side of my tape. And you see how that shrinks down. And then I'm just gonna hit print. Oh my goodness, and it's searching for the P-Touch again. And it just turned off. So we'll see, sometimes that happens. And sometimes that will happen if it's running out of batteries. It looks like it's just fine. So look, we're reconnecting, and then we'll hit print. Connection established. You can select the quantity there. That's the last thing that pops up before you print it. And we're gonna continue to print. Sometimes it likes to make sure that the app correlates and says that the same color label tape is connected on the app or showing on the app is what's in your printer, but it doesn't affect the way it prints. So here, I'll show you this. It just printed hand soap, and Becca is gonna put it on. Oh, that's toothpaste, that's why we're doing this. Okay, while Becca puts it on, I'm gonna print another one labeled toothpaste. What was that, Becca?
Same way as the toothpaste.
Yeah, let's do it the same way. However Becca does it is awesome. Okay, so what's awesome with this is if these are gonna sit next to each other, I want them to be the same length. So I'm gonna keep this set tape length right there. If you want it to go back to the biggest size possible, all you need to do is go back to that size and you unselect that button and it will go back to an auto. But I wanna keep it at 3.0, 3 inches. So I'm just gonna hit done. It's also gonna be a little bit smaller, but if you want it to fill the entire length of the tape, with lots of times I like, because I like labels to be bigger and bolder, but for today, we're not going to. And I just hit print again. We're just gonna do one. I'm hitting print again. And look how cute. So Becca just put this on. There's our hand soap. It's really discreet. It's really nice. I love the black on clear and the white on clear tape. It's really nice. We'll do one more. We'll make one for thieves. I'm gonna be telling you more about that because I have loved using it. It's my new favorite cleaner. And for these little guys, I'm gonna do 2.0 inches because they're so small. So again, it's gonna be smaller. So it's so cool. It just prints out like this. It cuts it for you. There are so many options. There are like really fancy things you can do with it, like adding borders and even some graphics. I kind of like to keep things simple. So I'm gonna just put this right here. And, oh, I think I spelled it wrong. So I'll fix that. But that's gonna be my label for my thieves. And then here's toothpaste. So now my husband will know what it is. It's just really discreet. Yeah, any questions? I haven't noticed any questions come in, but I'm so glad you're here. So for those tuning in, I just explained how to use your P-Touch Cube Plus Brother labeler. For those who have ordered, I know a lot of you are always asking me where I get it from, and a lot of you have been ordering it. So I'm gonna save this so you can always come back and refer to it whenever you need to use it. Do you have any questions, Becca?
No, that was awesome. Okay,
now Becca can refer back to it too. So yeah, I'll do another IGTV live later. I would love to know your questions. What font was that? This was Avenir Next with spaces in between. So even though this is spelled wrong, or is that one spelled wrong? That's what it looks like. We call it our modern font because it kind of has that more modern, clean look. I like adding spaces between on some of the fonts because it can fill the space and kind of makes it look a little different. Some of my favorite fonts are Oklahoma. I really like that one. We call that traditional. I like, for our more simple, just basic font, I like Atlanta. If you want a good typewriter font, it's called Brugum. And what's one of my other favorite fonts? Utah Condensed is my favorite font for bold. This is one of the guides we use. But that's a bold font. That's Utah Condensed, that's Atlanta, that's Brugum, and that's Oklahoma. So I'll put this all in a blog post someday for you. But are there what made me get into doing this? Oh, that's a good question. I have always loved organizing. But really, this labeler, I did a lot of research on labelers. I've cut custom vinyl through the years for myself, and I always use little hand labelers like this. But getting this cube labeler was a game changer for me. So out of all the labelers I've tried, this really is the best for me and for my business. We have 2 now that we're always whipping out and making custom labels for our clients. So this is a great one. If you're thinking of organizing your whole house, it's a really good one to use. So I hope that was helpful. You can still send me your questions and I'll answer them. I am going to put all this information in a blog post, and I will do another IGTV live later to explain how we make decisions on what color label tape we decide to use, how we decide on sizes, and also where we place it on the bins, because that is something that I know we all have opinions on, but I've learned a lot in my business. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's fun to have you all here and do this live with my best friend. So yeah, one more, I'll just show you how nice those will look next to each other. And obviously you can do other label tape that's a lot more bold, but I wanted it to be discreet because we pretty much know what it is, but now it's just nice to have that little added touch. Okay, see you guys. Have a great night.